What's going on, everybody? Today we are finally starting a let's play of all the Halo games. I'm not sure what order I'm going to go in, but I'm just going to kind of feel it out as I go and see what people think in the comments. It is really fun to finally be doing this after years and years of being a Halo gamer. I remember in the early 2000s when the first one came out, just it completely changing the way I looked at gaming entirely. So it's fun to finally do this on the channel properly and finally have actual VODs that I could show people and share with everybody. So we're not going to waste too much time. We're going to jump right into Combat Evolved, and my socials are right there on the screen for the two places you can find me. Thank you, Cam, my editor, for popping that there for you. And we are going to jump right into Pillar of Autumn. We're going to do this on normal. I think would probably be the best for this Let's Play. I'm not going to go all the way down to easy, but I'm certainly not doing a legendary run because these videos would be longer than I care for them to be. I want it to be just a fun journey for us, so. I am, unfortunately, since I'm on not on legendary, I am going to have to watch or go through the training room.
Cortana, all I need to know is, did we lose them?
I think we both know the answer to that.
We made a blind jump. How did they...
Get here first? The Covenant ships have always been faster. As for tracking us all the way from Reach, at light speed my maneuvering options were limited.
We were running dark, yes?
Until we decelerated, no one could have missed the hole we tore in subspace. They were waiting for us on the far side of the planet.
So, where do we stand?
Our fighters are mopping up the last of their recon picket now, nothing serious. But I've isolated approach signatures for multiple CCS-class battle groups. Make it 3 capital ships per group. And in about 90 seconds, they'll be all over us.
Well, that's it then. Bring the ship back up to Combat Alert Alpha. I want everyone at their station.
Everyone, sir?
Everyone. And Cortana. Let's give our old friends a warm welcome.
I've already begun.
Attention, all combat personnel. Please report to your action stations.
So, first fun fact, right there, that little run of ground and then the black,
52, secure airlocks on deck 11. 14 platoon rendezvous.
why am I spacing on it? This is the end of the game. This is the final run. You get out of the Warhog at the beginning of that strip, run down the strip, and then get into the aircraft right there.
You heard the lady. Move like you got a purpose.
This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill.
Once again, it is our job to finish what the flyboys started. We are leaving this ship platoon and engaging the Covenant on solid ground. When we meet the enemy, we will rip their skulls from their spines and toss them away, laughing. Am I right, Marine? Sir, yes, sir. Damn right I am. Now move it out. Double time.
Longsword. That's what it's called. Jeez.
Internal contact imminent.
I think it's my first time playing this game.
He's hot! Blowing the pins in 5!
Shows green. Cycle complete.
Sorry for the quick thaw, Master Chief. Things are a little hectic right now. The disorientation should pass quickly. Out of the cryo tube.
Alright, let's keep it moving. 6.5 minutes in, we are just gaining control. The only difficulty you get to skip this on, I believe, is the legendary. I think even heroic has it, I think. The number of games in the early 2000s that spend 5 minutes just showing you the option of inverted look, and it just eats up like 6 minutes of game time. Alright, come on, buddy.
Okay, bring his energy shields online, please.
They genuinely make him heavier in the remastered graphics. Like, they put 20 pounds on him. Look at his face especially. Here we go! One of the things I was saying when I was starting the Let's Play breakdown, Breakdown's a 2004 game. Super, super Japanese game. For all the things that it lacks, it was ahead of its time, even in stupid ways. Like, look, I can't see my feet right now. You can't in Breakdown. Alright. Or you can sit there and watch them die, or you can do what I do, is just move on. Stop for the explosion. Right through. Woohoo! Come on, Elite. Sir, the captain needs you on the bridge ASAP. Played it a couple times. Alright, and then right there is your first terminal you can unlock in the game if you're going for collectibles. What up, Keys? Howdy doodly. Can you imagine if he came out of the crowd tube and the first thing he said was howdy doodly? Really struggles with letting the ship go.
Good luck, Master Chief.
Your architecture isn't much different from the Autos.
Don't get any funny ideas.
Alright.
I don't keep in loads, so you'll have to find out.
So, another little Easter egg. Well, first I was going to say the fact that he says I don't keep it loaded is entirely just so that you don't turn around and shoot up this room. That's literally the reason they don't load it. If you go right here, you'll see Lost Calico Cat. That is a reference to the movie Aliens. And then they keep it when you switch over to the newer graphics right here with the cat found. So, little Easter egg right there.
Those Marines could use some help, Chief. Do what you do best.
Thank you. It's like the first assassination you get in the whole game. Not that assassinations are a thing yet, but closest we'll get to it. Right, up here we're gonna have to do a loop around the left side. The hitboxes, I will say, the hitboxes are definitely different from the old to the new graphics. Not on all enemies, but on a couple, for sure. Alright, it's going to be 3 up here. Right around the left side, we're going to deal with 3 grunts.
The life pods are launching. We should hurry. Warning, blast doors closing. The Covenant
Gonna
are
go through the
destroying
air vents now. Alright. Come on, buddy. Gonna bang a left, right. Another left, another right. And then you can take a left up here, or you can come around to the right over here. And then if you do that, you will find a door that looks like it's bent and you shouldn't be able to go through it, but you can actually hit it and it will glitch right open for you. And it will take you around the backside of all the enemies and give you a little bit of an edge going into this fight if you feel like you need one. Even just getting rid of that elite. Alright, the next Easter egg I'm going to show you is right here. Now we're in the area where you saw the other crew members looking down at us earlier. Obviously that's the chamber that you came out of and where you did all the test training. If you come right up here though and you turn right around, you will see 2 things. One, you will see Petty Officer John 117, obviously you, the Master Chief, but then if you look to the right, you will see Petty Officer Linda 058. That is Linda, who longtime friend and teammate, or whatever, co-soldier, whatever you want to call them, in the entire war of the Master Chief. Also in Halo 5, when you have the 2 teams of 4, the team that pursues Master Chief and also Blue Team, which is Master Chief's team while he's kind of on the run doing what he's doing, Linda is one of the 4 Spartans in your team. So, Oh, and that is not there in the original graphics. In the original graphics, actually, neither one of those scans are there. It is just a bunch of, like, buttons on the screen, buttons and dials. Right. And then we're coming up on the end of the level right up here. And then right over this bridge over here is the air dock that we are, or the lifeboat rather, that we are looking for.
Get aboard before it launches.
Alright, we're all clear. Move, Marines! We're gonna go back here and bang a left. I didn't even get the overshield in this run. That's unheard of for me.
Now would be a very good time to leave.
Yeah, it would be.
Heads up, everyone. This is it. We're entering the ring's atmosphere in 5.
Hey, you want to bet the over-under on how many of them survive this?
We'll be fine.
If I still had fingers, they'd be crossed.
Now, there are a few ways you can deal with the next mission. The fastest way and the speedrunner choice is to kill all the Marines. I'm not going to do that. Oh, we are going to move on to the silent... to Halo. Halo. Trying to skip a level over here. You can kill the Marines at all 3 outposts, and that's the fastest way because then you don't have to wait for the lifeboats, and you don't have to fight any of the Covenant except for the ones that immediately bother you. But for this playthrough, I feel like that's not in the spirit of things, so... Now you want to see something really sad? Hopefully I get this right. If not, Cam's going to have to edit this part.
Chief, can you hear me? At last. Are you alright? Can you move?
Yeah, there's nothing we can do.
Nothing we can do.
Warning, I detected multiple Covenant dropships on approach. I recommend moving into those hills. If we're lucky, the captain will believe that everyone aboard this lifeboat died in a crash. I fucked up, I said captain instead of Covenant. However, point still stands. Clearly need to put the game down and touch the grass. You can fight the Banshees right here. I'm not going to. Also, if I remember correctly, if you're here looking for the skulls while you're playing through the game, I believe one's in the waterfall over there. I don't think it's the later waterfall. I think it's in that waterfall. That's just the Banshee. Give it a second and it'll piss off. If you do decide to attack the Banshees, they will both pursue you until you blow up one of them, and then the other one will run. So if you want to kill both, you have to slowly chip away at both's health. So that when you destroy the first one, the other one doesn't have much health left to speak of. Otherwise, you will not be able to get both of them. You don't get anything for doing it, just... It's one of those fun things that, as a kid, some people like to try to see if they can pull it off. Right. What's kind of weird is, this scene, I always thought it's weird that that's Johnson. Like, there's no reason for that to be Johnson here, and it doesn't play a story part at all. And I think a lot of newer players to the series probably don't notice that because they're not really... Like, there's no reason for them really to look for that. If you can try to get to the base of the lifeboats and then land a good grenade, you could save yourself a lot of headache doing this whole segment of the game. And not have to do that. Evidently, I wasn't built different in any way, but it's hard because you can't get it. If you use plasmas, it'll stick to the ship and they jump too far away from the edge of the ship. But then if you use frag grenades, you have to time it right so that they don't just run away by the time that the explosion actually goes off. Alright, and then the next one's, I believe, going to be in the back right. If I remember correctly, it's going to be way back over here. And then he's like, Covenant dropship on approach. They're trying to flank us, or something like that. Something like that. All I know, they're trying to flank us.
Another bandit dropping in behind us. They're trying to flank us.
Touch grass, Chase. The more you can memorize the sequences of these levels, the more you can prep like that. Like, that was 6 out of 8 enemies. Or 5 out of 8 enemies immediately, you know? That's the trick to making the progress you want to make with these games. And also little things like what I just did. I'm a cowardly fool! Oh, I hope I have the I Would Have Been Your Daddy skull on. I hope I didn't forget to turn that on. It's not the end of the world, but I could turn it on the next level if it's not on. Like that, like, and like that, yep. That's 2 grenades I'll never see again. Does anybody read me? Any UNSC Marines respond.
Anybody read me? Repeat.
Any UNSC personnel respond.
Roger, Echo 419. This is Fire Team Charlie.
The number of quotes that I'm getting like 99% right and I'm fucking up one word is actually upsetting me a little bit inside. One thing I do think
Those lifeboats make it down.
is interesting is like nothing about this looks like you should survive it. Like you're like I've seen better protection on a roller coaster, you know what I mean? Like I don't believe for a second they would survive this going into it. We only need the one on the back. I'm not going to wait for a second Marine.
That's affirmative. Echo 419, staying on station. Full hammer out.
By the way, that is a moment I mentioned back there that that's Johnson for no reason. That's one of the rare moments where, like, you can kill that Johnson and nothing happens because it's.
Cave is not a natural
I don't
domain,
think their intent is for that to be Johnson,
so it must be
in a storytelling sense. I think that they just picked a bunch of skins that they had for different Marines, and Johnson just ends up in that fight.
who they're dealing with.
I don't think for a second that there's a storytelling reason for that to be there. Another skip you can do, if you come right here and you're very careful about it, you can skip that whole turnaround right there, then line yourself back up, and if you straighten out, jump right here, and you can skip that little segment. There is a terminal down there, I believe, though, kind of at the halfway point, if that is something you're looking for. And then I'm going to show you how to skip this fight entirely. All these enemies on the left and right and everything up in that stairway, we're not going to worry about a single one of them. Now, this is easier if you get the Marine to get out of the Warthog, because you do need to stand on top of the turret for this. But you can get up here and you can skip that entire section and those elites over there that are guarding it. You don't have to fight any of them. Now, if you're really good about it, you can crouch right here. You can hit the keypad. And yep, you can do that. Look, I skipped the cutscene there too. Now I don't have to watch the bridge load. Another thing that's really good for speed running, if that's something that you're into. If you could get in, if you could get in, if you could get in, you were dead. You did not make it. But we just skipped an entire two-sided fight and a cutscene. If you're not familiar, you have to go up a stairway there, fight off a couple of higher level elites, and not only that, but when you get there and you push that button, you're supposed to get a cutscene where you watch that bridge slowly come out and turn on and take shape. Here, you can fight the one Banshee that comes for you. I have memories as a kid of you being able to hijack it, but I don't think hijacking Banshees specifically is a thing until Halo 2. It might be in Halo 1, but I don't remember that being the case. You can go to these three actually in any order. I like to go in this order that you're watching me follow. So there's two ways you can do this. You can go and you can save all the Marines, or you can kill everybody and then you don't have to do any of these drop boats. If you save the Marines, you have to sit here, you have to fight off all the enemies that come, and then a Pelican will land and extract the Marines. Or you can kill them all and you don't have to do the fight or wait for the Pelican, which is faster, but then at the other two lifeboats, they're all ready to kill you. It only takes 2 Marines killed before they turn on you. Especially up here, one of them's a sniper, which is where you get the first sniper in the game, and why I'm coming up here. If you could just stop moving, that would be great. That would be great. No! Damn it! Alright. Right into the thick of it. Where's my sniper? Wait, Did the sniper not fall? Because he's dead right there. So the sniper would be... There's no way. Oh, he's still alive. Okay. Cool. So, a couple ways you could do this. I like to come up here to the corner, hop in the Warthog turret, and then just eliminate as many as I can. You want to try to get them from running. You want to focus on the ones that are escaping the area entirely. Those are the problem ones that are going to be... Because you do have to track them down. If you don't get them all, you do have to track them down. Dude! Duck and rolling on a turret, dude. Alright, this elite is probably going to evade me. Oh my god, wow. Not a smart elite, I'll be honest with you. Not at all. Oop. Ah, shit. I meant to get over there first. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna not try to snipe with a turret is what we're gonna do. There is also more sniper ammo over here if that's something that you're hunting down and you feel like you need. Hakuna Matata, bitches! There's a Ricky Bobby reference for anybody else who's ancient. And then as soon as it starts landing, you can piss off. You don't have to worry anymore about... Yep, like that.
We read you, Echo 419. We have survivors and need immediate dust off.
And then you want to go out through the second exit over here. It's the easiest way to get to the next area without going the long route. This is a skinnier trail versus the one we came in through. You're going to have to be wary of the waterfall up here, though. Don't drive too fast. To the right, there is a waterfall, and there's a drop over here. You'll see, so... You would have come through that drop right here, the right to the left, if you're hauling too much ass. If the skull isn't in the first spot where I said, then it's at this waterfall. But again, I'm almost certain it's at the first part. Because it's specifically, to get to that waterfall, you have to avoid the upward cliff. And the upward cliff is where you need to go. So if you go to the waterfall, you have to go all the way back around after to continue the level. Which is why I'm so certain that's where the skull is. They do that on purpose. Just past me on the left, there is another sniper. If you're still looking for a sniper or you need ammo from the first one, that's your second opportunity, is where I just was. I do this with one hand now. Perks of playing with the claw maneuver. Thank God for medals in Halo. Like, there are some enemies that you're never quite sure if they're dead, but the moment you see the medal pop, that's when you get your first little bit of assurance that you actually got the kill that you're looking at. I just got water all over the controller and I'm not happy about it. Now, I really want to save the sniper for the last area. So we're going to try as best we can right now to just completely rip apart their ranks. Wow. It's not every... I always laugh whenever you can pull off a headshot with the turret. That always makes me laugh. It's not common, but boy is it funny. Keep in mind, if you have this first sniper and you try to get the second sniper here, try to let him die by himself, because if you don't, that would be your second Marine, and you would be triggering the aggro of all the Marines on you if you go for both snipers. We have any more enemies? Any more lemon
Make
enemies?
sure there are no Covenant hiding in the area.
You mean this one? Got him. Alright. Then you're going to want to go out the back behind that lifeboat. Once again, there is a second exit. You can go out the main entrances, but these are not shortcuts, but they're kind of laid out to let you out into the next area. They're just not as prominent. There will be enemies here. I recommend killing these 2 grunts over here because they will follow you into the next area, but it's not urgent. You could do 2 things. You could park right here and you could snipe everybody, or you could do the dangerous shit I'm about to do, and I don't recommend it, but I do this pretty often. Come on down and in.
Maybe they took cover in that structure. Let's check it out.
Because there is a jackal down here. Yep. There's a third one, actually. There'll be Marines on the other side. Now, this is going to let you out back where I just said to snipe from. So do keep that in mind. But the reason you do it this way is because now the Marines will come out outside the base instead of in it, where you saw I parked the Warthog and there were all those enemies. They're going to come out over here where it's a little bit safer. You are going to have 2 elites, 1 blue and 1 red right out here. Just to be mindful of. There's the blue one. The red one sometimes makes a run for it, but... Where are you? Where the fuck, dude? Just beat him down with a pistol. Like, come on. Then you can come up here, kill a couple of them. They are going to bring in, I think, 1 dropship to add to the troops that are already here. But if you sway around the right side of the building and then shoot up, you should be fine. There'll be 2 elites up here. Just swap between your pistol and your sniper if those are the 2 you have. If not, I can't really help you. There'll be 1 more swarm of them down here. We got rid of those jackals so that they're not the last thing to worry about. I don't like getting picked off from a distance. I really despise it, if I'm being real with you. Now, you don't need the Warthog. If you want to do this the turret way like I did with the other areas, you can. You don't have to, though. And you have no other areas to go to, so you don't need transport. Alright, I'm going to park over here where the dropship's going to be. There's going to be 1 lone enemy somewhere. Yep. Of course. Oh, the dropship's going to come in right over where I call the Warthog. So I am going to continue the series, and there is going to be a playlist on the right for the other parts. I'm going to probably do 2 to 3 levels apart. This one, before getting cut down, is already at 45 minutes, so I'm going to call it here. But remember, youtube.com/codewallgaming. We have 13 years worth of content, and twitch.tv/HeyIsThatChase is the best place to see what we're doing live and in real time. I recommend a follow on both with notifications on. You can be the first person in the chat or the comments. And if you are that person, let me know. And challenge for you, try to beat my editor. She's consistent at being the first person in the chat or the comments. Good luck.
There's our ride. Get aboard.
Here we go. And we are free. Thank you guys, and I will see you next time.